Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Had a good day today. Did 8.5 miles. I got to the campsite at 7.5 miles, and I didn't like it, so I had to go to the next one, which was at 8.5 miles. So that's what I did, and it's nice. And then there's a water source not too far, so I went down, got some water, came back, everything's set up, got my dinner cooking down there. Got my camp shoes on, which are Crocs. I know. Well, what are you gonna do? They're good camp shoes. Slept real good last night. Had an air mattress that actually blew up, which is nice. And I had my proper tent, which is also nice. Tiger Wall UL2 for the tent, and a Thermarest X-Lite, I think, for the sleeping pad. Did very well. I was warm, I was comfortable. And people talk about the sleeping pad like it's a bag of rolling over on a bag of chips. It's so noisy. I didn't find it to be too noisy myself, but I was by myself, so I wasn't really thinking about it, I guess. So as much as I don't want to, I have to go down that to water and then come back up to the trail, because the next water source, according to the Guttahtrash guide, 2 weeks ago was dry, and I made that mistake last time, so I'm not going to pass a water source. So this should be fun. my feet are so much happier this hike than the last section I did. So the only thing I really changed up, apart from upping my training, was, so last time I just had darn tough socks, and my feet were good the first day. The second day I started getting blisters on the bottom of my big toe, well, both big toes. So this time what I did different is I got Injinji toe socks, but the liner kind, so they're really thin, and I put those on. Then I put the darn tough socks over it, and man, my feet, they hurt when I got to camp yesterday, but man, I woke up this morning and my feet felt great. The other thing I did, I guess, is I slept without socks on, and my feet were not cold, just like somebody told me. My feet were nice, and it gave my feet a chance to breathe. And also my camp shoes this time were Crocs, so again, my feet got to breathe if I was moving around camp and stuff. So I don't know, I just like when you learn something and then you test out the next thing to make it better, and it works. That's the good stuff, you know. So this is probably a good time to talk about one of my tattoos. So while I was in the Marine Corps, my job was ordnance. Not ordinance, like a fucking janitor, but ordnance, like big boom. So one of my tattoos, that doesn't really make sense to anybody that doesn't know, is a yo-yas. Well, let me put the light better on it. So basically it's, so if you ain't ordnance, you ain't shit. And I got it because at the end of my Marine Corps, I was not very happy with my command. I get no ill will towards the Marine Corps, but some of the people I worked for made it very hard to want to do a lot. So basically, every time I saluted an officer, if you notice, it's straight when I salute, I was saying, "Fuck you, sir." So, and I got it for that, and I didn't think about it, but, oh, somebody lost a walking stick. Somebody, not me, will gain a walking stick. One of the things I never thought about at the time was that, you know, I'd be at a bar and drinking, because, you know, and, you know, I'd be drinking my drink, and somebody would come up, and they'd say, "Dude, I've been sitting over there for fucking 20 minutes trying to figure out what the hell your tattoo said. What the hell is it?" And I got tired of answering it, so I used to make up all this crazy stuff. I used to say, and, you know, right off the bat, I learned you can't say, "Oh, it's French," or "It's German," or something like that, because, you know, people speak those languages. So I started coming up with like Swahili or Aboriginal or just whatever, and I would say, no, in Aboriginal, loosely translated, and it's the loosely translated that would sell it. And I'd say something stupid like, "Don't let the bastards get you down," or "Don't look a gift horse in the mouth," or "Looks too good to be true, it's probably untrue." And I never really thought about it after. And then I had a girl taking pictures of it, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna get that as a tattoo." And I was like, "No, don't do that." And then I told her what it really meant, and I stopped giving weird answers to it. But that's what that is. So if you see that, now you know. So I had this moment about a year and a half ago. I was hiking with a buddy of mine. I was like, man, these hills out here, they really remind me of Mass for some reason. I couldn't figure it out. And then, because I'm not so quick sometimes, maybe, I realized, well, that's because they didn't shoot MASH in Korea. They filmed it in Southern California. So what you're looking at is like the hills just like the ones in the show. So maybe other people figured that out and knew that instantly, but I grew up in Massachusetts, so I didn't know what the hell California hills looked like. I didn't even know that they filmed out here for some reason. I just didn't even think about it. But I don't know. It's very pretty. Now this looks like an ideal camp spot. Look at it, it's perfect. Nice flat ground. Got a little bit of space. However, the last time I got any new water was 6.5 miles ago. And I cameled up when I was there because I knew the water source after that was dry because somebody posted on Guttahooks. So, I mean, I did the best I could, but I'm just, you know, I still got to cook my dinner tonight, and that needs water. I mean, I could just eat granola bars, I guess, but I don't want to. So, if I go one more mile, there's another tent site, and there's access to water. So, it would mean one less thing I got to stress out about. So, well, this is a great looking campsite. This is also a great looking campsite.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the woods. It's no excuse to not take care of your beard, man. Come on.
So at the last water source, I on the knife. It's nice. A little bit of rust on it now, but that's easy enough to take care of. I bring it up because on Guttahooks, I looked on the water source. You can, you know, so on the Guttahooks guide, you can go into comments and hikers can leave comments. Hey, this water source is dry. Hey, there's water here, or same thing about campsites, letting you know about campsites and stuff. So people have something insightful to say. They can comment so that the next hiker coming through knows what to expect. So I happened to go on there and scroll down. I guess back in November, somebody named Grovis lost a green-handled knife and left his phone number. So I'm at a cell range right now, complete dead zone. But when I hit cell service again, I'll send him a text with a photo and ask him if he still wants his knife. I mean, like I said, that was back in November. For all I know, he's got it replaced by now. But hey, do what you got to do. I didn't know there was woods this far south in California. Reminds me back east. Oh yeah, and I got a different pack. I had an Osprey Kestrel 48 at one point, and then I figured I needed something bigger, so I got an Osprey, I don't know, I don't remember the name of it. I'll figure it out and I'll write it at the bottom of the screen, at the top of the screen or something. But I brought it into REI because on that first 20 miles, it was digging into me, like into my chest right here. And what it is because, like, so there's the buckle down here, you know, the part you pull tight. That was here on me. And it didn't fit right, and it was just a miserable experience. And REI took it, refunded me, and let me trade it in anyway. I don't know if they would have refunded if that's what I wanted, but I was looking for a trade-in anyway. And I got REI Flash 55. And I'm very happy with this pack. It's pretty comfortable. And well, it's been good so far. I want to talk about my two favorite things to eat while hiking. Number one, these little gummy snacks are amazing. They're the perfect thing to eat while you're hiking. And look, if you're at camp, those Mountain House meals are awesome. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about basically, so I'm only having one hot meal a day, and that's at night. And then during the day, I'm eating all this kind of stuff, you know, and granola bars and all that other stuff. But that's number one. These little fruit snacks, number one. Number two, or actually, those are number two. Number one is this. Snickers are perfect, especially these big ones, because there's two bars in there, and you eat one half. And then this thing twists up nice and stays closed. You can put it back in your pocket and eat the other half in a little bit. This is, I mean, it really does satisfy. This is amazing. Really reminds me of back east over here. I mean, I love like looking out for miles, and you can see mountaintop and peak, like as far back as like the curvature of the earth. It looks like it's not, but it looks, you know. I love all those great views and just looking out forever. But man, these last couple miles coming into Laguna Mountain, when it's just like woods like this, it's so beautiful. And you know, because I grew up in Marshfield, Massachusetts, so this is like what it was in the back. You know what I mean? Like me and my friends, we would go camping, and I mean, we'd party while we were out there, but we'd go camping, and it was just woods like this. It was great. It's really pretty here. I'm basically only going to Laguna Mountain, then I'm leaving trail for a couple weeks while I reassess my gear and try to pare down the stuff that I'm not using. Maybe I'll do a separate video on that next week or something. So I got about a little bit left, maybe a mile. So basically, you have the trail comes up, and then it splits. And if you go, I'm trying to reverse it for you. If you go this way, that goes up into the town, and there's like a general store, and there's showers, and you can kind of go up and hang out in the town. And then if you go the other way, that's the trail. Now the best part is the trail. So the trail comes up to here, and then that road comes up to here. So they both meet the same place. So I'm gonna get to the Laguna Mountain. I'm going to get to that first fork way ahead of when my ride is supposed to be there. So I think I'm going to continue on and do that extra mile up to the top. And then in a couple of weeks when I come back, I'll just start at the top and then just continue on. So trees, some trees, no trees. Wonder why that is. It's like two different climates right next to each other. California's bizarre.